Welcome to GabTalks, where we provide tools, tips, and techniques to help your life and business be easier, better, and faster. Hello, everybody. How are you today? And welcome to our next episode of GabTalks Success Tips from Experts. And today I am bringing to you the awesome and amazing and my good friend, Sherri Leopold. Hi, Sherri. How are you today?
I am awesome, Gab. Thank you so much for having me today. It's an honor to be here.
I am so delighted to have you. You and I have had many conversations in the last 2 years since we met each other. And I know you to be a person of high quality and great knowledge. So you have so much information and wisdom to share with our audience. I would like to just get started by asking you to share with us what your expertise is.
One of the things I'm so passionate about, Gab, is just really helping people fall in love with themselves and really, truly, authentically love who they are exactly as they are without any qualifiers. I believe that we're all unique, and I'm often heard saying we're an unrepeatable miracle, which is true. Just want people to just fully embrace the uniqueness that's them.
You guys, now you see why I invited Sherri to be our guest expert today. So, Sherri, the way that you got to being this expert, you have a story. Will you please share with our audience what that is?
Sure. So growing up in a home that kind of was a little bit tumultuous when I was younger, I think I felt at times that I didn't have a choice, Gab. Like in fact, I just didn't know I had a choice. Maybe that's what it was. I had one, I wasn't aware of it. And so the thing that situation really brought up in me is that I became really passionate about embracing my own personal power and understanding who I am and who I want to be in the world. And it's really just sort of transformed into really building a really passionate fire inside of me of just helping people be themselves, flaws and all, scars and all, and just loving who you are and just wholly embracing that power.
Awesome. Well, you have a really interesting story that got you to where you are. And I know we talked about some of the influences that got you there as well. Can you share with our audience about those influences?
Sure. So there's been a lot of people along the way, and I've done a tremendous amount of personal development work, both in reading and listening to other experts and things like that. But a couple that really stand out for me is Mel Robbins is one of them. And I've learned a lot from following her, but reading her books, she's one that really stands out to me a lot. There's some other ones, Marie Forleo. I really love her whole philosophy of everything is figure outable, because that really aligns with my belief in that we are never without choices. And because it doesn't matter what happens, we can figure it out. We'll figure out some way to cope or deal with what is. So I really align with Marie Forleo as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think that really speaks to both you and me. You and I have had lots of conversations, and that is exactly the kind of people that we are. And I think many of the people that are coming and listening to these episodes are trying to figure out how to figure it out. So, you
Correct. It's
guys,
like I like to say we're problem solvers, not problem makers.
yeah, exactly. So, you guys, go check out the books and go look those ladies up, and you'll get some great influence from them as well, because you can figure it out. As Sherri said, problem solvers. Hello, awesome listener. Thank you so much for joining us today at GabTalks Success Tips from Experts. We're going to take a short break and say thank you to our sponsors. It is through the generous support of these sponsors that we are able to bring to you these amazing experts that are sharing their best tips for your success. So please listen to what our sponsors have to say, and hopefully they're going to inspire you that you're going to click their links and go support them.
Introducing Boost by GoV, a high-end, first-in-class fuel catalyst tablet that is taking the world by storm. How would you like to save money on gas and go further on every single tank? The new MPG is here. Get more miles per gallon, boost power and performance, and reduce emissions and exhaust. What would you say if you could pay less and make fewer trips to the gas pump? It's time to wake up and get on the move. What are you waiting for? Get more out of life and join the GoV experience today. Scan the QR code or check the show notes for more information.
This is Tony Stark Polici, copywriter, marketing consultant, and author. And I have a question for you. If you could take $20 and turn it into 1,000 or 5,000 or 10,000 or 100,000, would you do it? Well, you can. And it's not through gambling. It's not investing in the stock market. It's by buying this book. That's right, my book. This was voted number 9 out of the top 100 best copywriting books ever written. And I wrote it for you, for business owners, to help you write better emails, better sales copy, better advertisement, to communicate better in all of your marketing and business communications. This book will change your business and your life. Try it. You're going to love it.
So I'm going to ask you, if you were able to go back and talk to your younger self, or, we have some of our audience members that are just starting out, or they're pivoting and changing into something new, what one piece of advice would you give for that starting out person?
I think that it is that you are never without choices. One of my mantras, if you will, is that, change your choices and your choices change. I always say it twice: change your choices and your choices will change. So when you decide you want something different than what you have, once you make a change, you will have different choices, and you are never, ever without choices. I always say maybe at some points they seem like they're all crappy. One's less crappy, but when you make one, you're going to have an unlimited million more. There's never just one to make. It's unlimited. So never feel backed into a corner. That would be my advice. Don't ever feel like I don't have any choice. You always have choices. You have unlimited choices. Just make one. It's not a make or break. Not one choice makes or breaks your life or your business.
That's so inspiring. I'm going to have to go write that down, and I'm going to put that up on my wall of quotes and comments that I read on a daily basis, because that is super inspiring for me. So, Sherri, I know that you have so much quality information. You can be found in a bunch of different places, teaching and coaching and guiding people. So I want to open up the floor and ask you to share with our audience some of your very best tips that helps you reach success, that you also share with your clients towards success, that they can take action on right now.
Absolutely. And I think I'm going to start with the first one that I just started talking about, which is that you always have choices, right? And you have a voice. Sometimes people feel like they can't speak up, but just know that your voice is your choice in action. And so therefore you need to use that voice that you have. You've been given that voice, and the more you use it, the more choices you will have. It will follow closely. The other thing is to really take care of yourself physically, not just through your nutrition, which is super important, but I'm really, really passionate about teaching people to water themselves. I know it sounds funny, but I believe that water truly is life, and that our brain is 80% water. I'm a licensed brain trainer as well. So I'm very passionate about you only get one of these things up here and it has to serve every part of you. You need to drink water. Your brain is going to be just like that dead plant in the corner that you forget to water. You can't execute at a high level in business or in a relationship with anyone, even the one with yourself, if you're not hydrated. So you have a lack of mental clarity with just 2% dehydration. So if you're not watering yourself, you're not showing up as your best self. So that in your relationship, in business, whatever, you've got to water yourself. Water yourself, eat well, get your body moving. It's good for your brain. It's good for your body. It's good for your business. And remember, you always have a choice, and you have a choice to drink that water or move your body or eat well. Make good choices. That's my hashtag, make good choices. And I think the other one thing that I would add is that it's so critically important how you talk to yourself. As I refer to myself as the leader of the Stop Self-Bullying movement. And I talked a little bit about that when I said about falling in love with yourself, but it's so important, the choice that you make of how you speak to yourself.
Yeah.
That's that inner voice, that is the inner dialogue that is always running. And the true test, Gab, is always, if you wouldn't say it to your best friend, your mom, your sister, or your child, then you shouldn't say it to yourself.
Yeah. Well, and I'll take it just one step further if you wouldn't mind. I started earlier this year, and I actually have a journal, and every day I write 1 page worth of self-talk to myself. I was in a pretty not good place, and I had to get out of that place. And the choice I made was to I had a conversation with somebody, and they said, just write for 30 days what you want. And I started it in a much more me kind of a way. And I evolved it into a much higher level self-talk kind of way. And
That's why your choices is your voice, or your voice is your choice in action. What comes out here started up here, but it feeds all of it. You got to get a handle on it. You got to make the choice like you just did, and saying what you did. That was a tool that you used to make sure that your choices were going to create the changes that you wanted.
Yeah, it was huge. I've been doing it for about a year now, and it really it has evolved, but it also really changed how I talk to myself. And when I start going down the negative path, my ability to stop, take a look at it, understand why that's where I'm going, and then be done with it and move forward, has the life cycle of that has just massively decreased. And
Which
it's
is
just
amazing, because that's how abundance flows, is because you are in the flow of positive energy. Good things don't happen when bad thoughts are happening. It's
right.
just the way it is.
And we can't get away from them. They happen. It's how you deal with them, the choices you make, and how you deal with them. Right. It's because life is that roller coaster.
Sure.
But how you perceive them, how you examine them and make and say, I'm done, and deal with them is how.
Absolutely. And I'm famous for saying things do not have to be good or bad. They can be just fact. And if you can find your way to the space of the middle where you say, I don't have to have like an emotional reaction like this is really great or this is horrible. If you can just push that all off to the side and stay in the center and say, well, it's just like being the observer, right? You can just say, well, this thing happened. There it is. Doesn't have to be good or bad. It just is there. And when you can get to that spot, that's where the true self-empowerment is, because you're not required to have some visceral reaction. You can just see it, acknowledge it, and keep moving.
On each episode of GabTalks Success Tips from Experts, we like to highlight a hero sponsor who is a business that chooses to highlight a do-good organization in their own community that is bettering the world. Today's hero sponsor is...
Hello, I'm Dr. Anna Maria Blevin, founder and CEO of Prosperity Pathways, LLC. We get people their jobs of their dreams. We help them start a business or organization, and we even help them along their career pathway. It gives me great pleasure to bring to your attention and honor the hero of the moment, Onward and Upward. Onward and Upward does everything in its power to help those that are homeless, without jobs, without the use of their own computer, get back on their feet. They help people learn what it is that they need to do to get an online job, to get an on-site job. So Onward and Upward is giving a hand up to those that need it. Their website, onwardupwardinc.org. Get in touch with them if you need their help or if you would like to support them. Again, this is Dr. Anna Maria Blevin, founder and CEO of Prosperity Pathways, wishing you a blessed day.
So Sherri, we are coming to the end of the interview. You and I could keep talking about this stuff for a very long time, and you and I do talk pretty regularly. I would like our audience to know how they can actually get a hold of you and learn from you directly, just like I get the opportunity to. Will you share with them how they can reach you?
Absolutely. You can find me across all social medias at Sherri Leopold, or you can find me at my website at sherrileopold.com. And I'm happy to connect with you. I love connection. I love collaboration. I am all about that. I love serving people. And that's just get on my calendar. Let's talk. That fills me up more than anything.
So you guys, the links for Sherri will be below in the chat and in the show notes. You'll be able to reach her directly, go to her website, find her on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on YouTube. There's lots of places that you can reach out to Sherri. You definitely want to make sure to have a conversation with her and see how she can help you. However, before I let you go, I know that you have an offer to share with our audience as well. And you guys, the link for the offer will also be in the show notes and in the description. So you definitely want to take Sherri up on that. Will you tell our audience about your offer?
Absolutely. So if you just go to sherrileopold.com, you're going to find that I have several available for you. I have an offer of one of my most recent books, Wellness for Winners, which is a collaboration book of 30 incredible human beings who are literally winning in wellness. Some of them it's spiritual wellness, some of them it's physical wellness, mental wellness, mental toughness, all kinds of different wellness. If you want to be inspired, that is an incredible book, and you can get that for free on my website.
That's awesome. So again, we will make sure the link to that is in the notes and in the description. You guys don't forget to subscribe to this channel and also click the reminder so that you get notified when the next episode is published. We will talk to you soon. Hey, thanks so much for watching. We hope you got value today. We want to give a huge shout out of gratitude to our contributors. Please make sure you click the subscribe button below and don't forget to click the bell up above to get reminders when we add new content.